Jamie!
OT, how you doing?
Tell me what happened today.
Oh, okay. Right. I started telling OT a story and he was like, no, save it. So today, OT, I was at the beach. I was having a lovely time. Sharpa and I were walking along the beach with our ice creams. I had a Mr. Whippy. I'd eaten my flake. I was licking it. Mid-lick, a seagull swoops in and takes the ice cream out of my mouth. I felt it.
Oh, no!
My life flashed before my eyes. I can't believe it. It was such good aim. I was so shook. All these people on the beach gasped because it was quite busy. They saw it happen. And I was just stood there, empty hand, like, oh. Okay. With like ice cream like splattered on my face and my hand because it had like
Oh no.
So yeah, that's how my day went. How's your day been?
I mean, it's good. We just finished a video for my channel,
did.
so that's kind of fun. I like that we did that. We looked at memes, and I'm ready to look at more memes with you.
Yeah.
Hi, Jamie.
We're gonna look at
Thanks for having me
memes.
back on your channel.
Always. Thanks for being back on the channel. Hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie. Welcome back to another video first on the channel. I don't know, but welcome either way. I'm very glad to be here with OT, who hasn't said anything yet. Are you alive, OT? Are you there? Hello?
I told you I would not interrupt you. And have I ever lied to you, Jamie?
We went past this in the other video. Yes, you have, in a trolley, loving kind of way, but you have, OT.
I have never lied to you. I've trolled you a little bit, but I've never been dishonest, Jamie. My goodness. Besmirching my honor at the moment, good sir. Were I to have a glove, I would toss it at you.
Welcome to the video, OT.
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
Always. Today, we are going to be looking at some accidental allies.
Ooh.
My favorite kind of homophobe and transphobe, if you can have a favorite kind.
They're like the less acidic flavor of them. I feel like the ones that are accidental allies could be broken through to, and a lot of them do end up converting in the future where they end up actually being allies, realizing how ridiculous their mismatched logic arguments are. So yeah, I feel like these are the ones that can be saved. We're allowed to say they're our favorite.
I like this logic. I also agree with you because I think the reason why they're accidental allies is because they don't understand anything. So if they just had that like little moment of maybe it could start from a place of
If I understood more, I could transphobe better.
and then they learn about the trans community and they're like, oh wait, I don't want a transphobe at all. That's what we want.
I saw a post recently. I don't know if you've got it in your video, and I hope I'm not spoiling anything, but it was someone saying like, how are trans people both simultaneously too strong for sports and yet too weak for the military? And I feel like if we just could explain that to more people, they suddenly realize that the oligarchs and all of the corpos that have all of the money in society right now, they're getting literally all of the tax cuts. They are the enemy, and they're constantly pushing a narrative that all the tiny 0.0001% of the population of trans people are the issue that you're facing in life. No! You need to be fearful of those who are taking your paychecks away from you. Not trans people. They're also poor.
It's totally my fault that the eggs are expensive. I will admit that one.
Eggs are expensive. Oh no.
Yeah, looking at the wrong 1%. Should we look at the memes?
I'm excited to.
Oh dear.
Who writes this? A man who pretends to be a lesbian in 2007?
In a strange way, you're kind of right.
That's such a specific year to
Yeah.
say. That's when the first iPhone dropped. Have you thought about how iPhones are 18 years old now?
Oh my god. iPhones can legally drink in the UK.
In Canada.
And in Canada.
In a strange way, you're kind of right. What does that mean?
Well,
Bro, what? The person who made this is a trans man. It's literally based on his life as a teenager. Brother, he's trans. He was a teen lesbian before he came out.
so this, I didn't cover the names, but I'm pretty sure that's Lewis Hancock's, who does a lot of like animation about his time as a teenager when he identified as a lesbian before he came out as trans.
Oh.
And this person is like, oh my god, like as a joke, like,
Who is this? Like a man who's pretending he was a lesbian in 2007?
and so Lewis is like, actually, you're kind of right.
Right.
Because like he's a trans man who did identify as a lesbian but wasn't actually ever a girl. So yeah, accidental ally.
I'm thinking these all might actually be allies, but some of them are just confused as allies rather than accidentals. You know, when grandparents are like, her pronouns are he, him.
Yeah.
This feels like one of those moments.
I would give accidental ally to the first post, but then I think that others are just supportive. Yeah.
They double chin ain't hiding that Adam's apple as much as you think. Either I see that, huh? Gorilla arm hair? Your legs look like you're standing like a guy. That's the wrong you're.
Bro, you just made my night. I'm a guy and that was a pre-T photo. This is like the core essence of that accidental ally, right? Confusing trans men and trans women.
Incredible.
How affirming. Like, look how hairy your arms are.
Wait, what are you so it can transphobe right?
Yeah. Wow, you're Adam's apple.
Hashtag they can always tell.
I don't like accidental allies because I know they're not actually coming from a good place, but I also like them because I think they highlight the ridiculous nature of a lot of transphobia. So I'm like, you do you.
Incredibly precarious arguments when they can be upset so easily.
Exactly. This dude tries so hard to make anti-trans comics, but just makes trans stuff look cool as F.
Hold on, I've got something for
Yeah,
this.
go for it.
Hold on.
With science, biotechnology, AI, robotics, we will transcend oppressive gender roles and be truly free.
I love that. Oh my god.
Sorry, I've got a robot button.
I fully would expect you to have a robot button, OT.
Thanks, Jamie.
Yeah, they're very close to getting it though. The future is genderless. We'll get past these oppressive gender roles and be truly... How are they writing this?
Can you imagine a genderless future being entirely black and white? Would this not be the most colorful thing you've ever seen?
I know.
The straight people today, their pride flag is all black and white, isn't it? It's like a Sephora logo.
There's a reason why the LGBT plus flag is a rainbow.
I was at Pride and I saw the Sephora logo coming down the street on a flag and I was like, oh my god, is that what I think it is? And then when it got up close to me, I realized, oh, that's the makeup brand.
No, wait, maybe they should have thought that one through a bit more. But also, if they don't know about the straight pride flag, that's probably for the best. In January, I stood with Senator Kathleen Korth, members of the legislature, student athletes and others to announce LB 89, the Stand With Women Act. Debate on the bill is scheduled tomorrow. And somebody's reposted this going, trans men are not women, and they've tagged Riley Gaines.
Riley Gaines.
Yeah.
Instead of 5th place in swimming, I got 5th place in swimming. This is unacceptable.
Did you know I saw a post where they transvestigated Riley Gaines?
Oh, Jesus Christ. They've transvestigated the Pope now, too.
Yes, I saw that. Brilliant.
Too much wokeness, must be a trans.
Well, he did change his name. And everyone's fine with it.
He is wearing gender-affirming dresses now. I don't know.
Suspicious. Yes, thank you. Trans men are not women. Well done. I thought it was logical, even if you didn't know anything about the trans community. So even if you view trans men as women, right? Why would a trans man who identifies as a man call himself a trans woman? It doesn't make sense.
The green screen math equation over Jamie right now.
Yeah.
Bunch of numbers flying at him.
I don't get the logic where they reach the perspective that a trans woman would be calling herself a trans man and a trans man would call himself a trans woman. Like, the clue is in the name.
If I were to think that this person is like a professional transphobe, I would think that they learned all of the appropriate terms so that way they could misuse them. But even from that perspective, that doesn't quite make sense. It's very silly, Jamie. They're very silly
They
people.
are very silly people, OT. They give me a headache.
I love when people show them pictures of trans guys with beards and muscles, and they're like, all right, which bathroom should this person go to? And it's like, well, obviously the men's bathroom. It's like, okay, but these guys are trans. Wait, I don't know about this. Well, if you look like a man, go to the men's. Okay, but they're trans. So trans people should go to the gender that they best identify with.
Maybe that's a thing. And what about cis people who are gender non-conforming? So what about like cis women who are very masculine and often would get read as a man in public spaces? Should they use the men's? Like, they're trying to draw a line that cannot exist.
I know I'm bringing us back to what we just finished talking about, but I cannot imagine spending so much time thinking about people in the bathroom. That's such a weird thing for people to do, and people need to start calling that out as super weird. Like, oh, where do you stop it? It's weird.
I made this reel that was like, hey, would you rather share a bathroom with a trans person just wanting to pee or with a transphobe who's obsessed with what's in everybody's pants? Like, seriously, I know exactly who I do not want to be in the bathroom with.
Excuse me, sir, genital checkpoint. Like, do we really want this? No, nobody wants this.
Nobody.
When was the most unexpected moment you've needed an energy boost from Dunkin' Energy? Oh, I love that it's the lesbian flag. Oh, wait, is that
That's
the joke?
The joke.
And it's gay.
Yeah.
I love it.
The other side of accidental allies is just cute little pridey moments that are totally unintentional but very beautiful. The lesbian flag is so aesthetic.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah, it is my favorite.
Lesbian and bisexual are way up there with my favorite flags.
I would have to agree with you. I quite like pansexual because it's just very colorful. And it...
No, bridge too far.
Oh,
Nope.
it's got yellow in it though.
Not a fan of the pan flag. Sorry,
That
friends.
is fair. You had it here first, OT. Not a fan of the pan flag.
It's too much, Jamie. It's too
It's
much.
not too much.
Pansexual flag. Ugh, nope. I'm out. Sorry.
You did not just act more disgusted at the pansexual flag than you did at these transphobic memes, OT. How dare you?
It's fine. It's fine. I like it when it has complementary colors, not colors that seem to get ever brighter the more I look at them.
Your little sensitive eyes.
My eyes are
Yeah.
sensitive. Leave me alone.
That's fair. We can have different tastes. I still like you. She's a dude.
She's a dude. You literally said she. Oh, wonderful.
I think there has to be so much effort sometimes for them to actually misgender a trans person that they forget.
So many loopholes they have to jump through and they still do it wrong.
Yeah, and it's loopholes they set. Like, you need to refer back to your list. Like the dude from your video with the these things make men feminine. They need to have like, these things make me look like an idiot. And, you know, being a transphobe should be at the top, but...
Y'all didn't see this. It was a couple of guys in a car making a list of other men and the traits that men have and what makes them more masculine and less masculine. And some of them were like, oh, do they shop? They're women or something. Can you imagine policing other men that hard? Like thinking about other men that much? My goodness.
Trans women are women. That's it. Who gives an F?
Well, who gives a f?
Who cares? That's the whole point. Like, please, just stop caring so much.
It feels like both of those could be accidental ally. First
Yeah.
one's probably not, but like both fit in the category.
Yeah, yeah.
You were born a girl. You were a girl no matter what did you tell other people or have done after the fact.
I just feel like people were born a baby. I was born bald,
You were born bald.
essentially.
Damn it. We just spent so long talking about getting bald in the future
Yeah.
and how I'm probably going to be bald one day because I lost 6 hairs and I'm feeling very insecure about the 6 hairs that I lost.
I feel like if you can still count how many hairs you've lost, you're okay. Like, you're not at the balding stage yet. It's when you can't keep up counting anymore. That's the problem.
No, I'm fine. I'm going to Patrick Stewart it up. I'll be good.
I feel like you could pull it off. You've got a great beard.
Why do people spend so much time on this, Jamie? How does anybody have this much energy? Just trying to police people's gender constantly in people's comments. Who cares?
Yeah, you were born 50 centimeters tall. You will always be 50 centimeters tall with little baby feet. That's all you'll ever be.
Oh my God, you were born without kneecaps. You'll always be without kneecaps.
You were born pooping yourself, and you still are.
Do you want to know a fun fact about what you're born with?
Okay.
Did you know that every child on Earth is born with 4 kidneys?
Are you trolling me?
No, literally, you were born with 4 kidneys. I was born with 4 kidneys.
OT.
You were.
Don't tell me what I was born as.
As you grow up, as you get older, 2 of those knees turn into adult knees. I meant to say kidneys. I goofed up, but I still pulled it off.
Moving on.
Do you know what's worse than that? Do you know you're born and your cranium's not fused, so you just have a floating plate up there? Your skull pieces are not put together yet. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. That's why babies have soft
Okay, I
spots
know
on
there's
their
a
head.
soft spot,
'Cause
yeah.
It's literally a squishy area that leads to the brain. Ew! Who would ever have a baby? They're gross.
Human babies are beyond useless. They are very similar to transphobes, but significantly cuter.
They're not done being cooked. Just like transphobes, we should cook them for longer.
Oh, God. Hunter Schafer reveals that her newly issued passport lists her as male instead of female
Oh my God,
due to Donald
yes, I
Trump's
saw that.
policy changes. I don't give an F that they put an M on my passport. It doesn't change anything about me or my transness. However, it does make life a little, I'm assuming, bit more difficult. But somebody has replied to this going, you are what you are. It doesn't matter if it says another thing on the passport. And I believe they were going at that not from a hugely positive way. And it's like,
Yeah.
did you see the point and then just drive straight past it? Because that's exactly what Hunter Schafer just said. Like, I'm still a woman despite what a piece of paper says. And that's the fact of the matter.
Hunter Schafer stars in one of my absolute favorite horror films of present years.
Oh, which one?
I feel like it's flown under the radar of most people. It had a really good trailer, but I think most people didn't see this. Cuckoo.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Oh, it's so funny. I don't know. Just putting a picture of her up next to Trump. Oh, God. Like a moldy
Yeah.
peach.
One trans male playing in women's sports is a problem.
Just one.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
I definitely shouldn't
Like
be
the-
competing in women's sports, right?
like the trans guy that was forced to compete in wrestling against women and then dominated.
Funny that.
Friends, do you not see the issue here?
Everybody had a go at him for beating all the women. And it's like, oh, so suddenly now you'll respect a trans person's gender. Interesting that.
We don't want them to win. If they're winning, it's a problem. Just put them in a sport until they lose. That's what we really want, is for them to hush up so we don't have to look at them. Make them be quiet.
Yeah, very that.
This merry-go-round says trans rights. Hell yeah.
Yay! A
I
trans
like that. I
temp.
hope it's not accidental. That's cute as hell.
Whenever I see this, I'm like, please tell me that somebody making the decisions knew, even if nobody else did. And that's even cooler, actually, if like one person is like, let's make this trans and nobody will know.
Subversive allyship. Hell yeah.
It's cool. It's like all the trucks have like trans, because they're transport trucks, right? So it's like Trans Am and stuff like this. But there's one that went really like viral because it was Stop Trans. And people were like, oh, look, it's J.K. Rowling's truck.
I'm not an expert in geometrics, but I can tell you a triangle is a triangle and a square is a square.
2 triangles are a square and half a square is a triangle. You picked the perfect analogy for explaining trans people. One can become the other.
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie daisy.
Math is hard.
Being a transphobe just seems hard. The big thing at the minute is like, what is a woman? Define a woman. It's the way that you catch out the trans people. And then they're like, define a chair.
What is a man?
Exactly. But somebody asked a transphobe, define a chair.
Define a chair. I did see that.
And they were like, has a back, 4 legs, and you can sit on it. And then someone posted and was like,
Wasn't that a response to Gary Glinner?
yes.
Gary
Linehouse. Yeah,
Glinner.
yeah, Glinner.
God dang it, he made the IT crowd. It's such a banger of a show.
It's sad.
What a weird, troublesome little man. What a little troll.
Yeah, it's very sad. Like his wife left him and everything, and his career's in the toilet.
Can you imagine being so dedicated to the cause that your entire family abandons you and you still think you're in the right?
Yeah.
Yuck, bro. Yuck.
Yeah, his definition of a chair also works for a horse.
Yeah.
Guess I'm using the women's bathroom from now on, but congrats on keeping men out of women's
You
bathrooms.
can def try, but not gonna like the outcome. That's the motherfucking point. My goodness.
I saw a lot of trans guys, myself included, make content that was like, hey, you do know that by saying that biological women, under your definition, now are the only people that can use the women's bathrooms, that does push trans men, under your definition, into the women's bathrooms. And then under all of the content that I've seen, there is at least a handful of comments like this of people going,
No, you can't go in the women's. You're a man. Don't you dare do that. That'd be so wrong.
it's like, dude, take a second. Use a brain cell. Use half a brain cell and you'll get there.
Jamie, but have you ever thought about the time that we went to the bathroom together and nothing bad happened?
Oh my God, nothing bad happened. Even to you. You were absolutely fine.
I survived.
You did. You should wear that as like a whole t-shirt. I survived peeing in the same
I
place.
peed with a trans person and nothing bad happened.
That's the trans ally version of the trans sticker that's like a trans person peed here and nothing bad happened.
Ex nihilo fit. Yes, a plural pronoun, not singular.
They can also be used as a singular pronoun.
Yes, in the third person, not in the first person.
That's the point. It is used in third person. You would not use they in first
Like when I say
person.
they lost their wallet, I'm not referring to me.
Yeah, hence third person.
Am I misunderstanding this?
No, they've just greatly misunderstood pronouns and grammar. I just feel like what they were trying to say. Actually, I don't even know what they were trying to say. I was trying to like add some logic onto it and think about how they accidentally ended up here.
I'm still getting lost.
There isn't an explanation because any which way they've just admitted it can be used in a singular way. Because I was like, oh, maybe they've confused third and first person.
There's the accidental allyship. There we go.
They are absolutely just accidental allying and really not meaning to. There we go.
Let's go. I'm a trans woman. My pronouns are she/her, and I will not be silenced. Aw.
No, you will always she. You will always she for me. Did they think adding the B would be too many rhymes? You will always be she for me. What? I'm a trans woman. She's literally said her pronouns. I don't know how this guy has ended up with gendering her correctly when he clearly means to not.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like typing it and he meant to say he, but then he looked at her photo and
You will
stopped
always
himself.
she for me. Trans women, aka men. Trans men, aka men. Wait, what? Trans women, aka men. Trans men, aka men. Oh, this helps with what?
Accidental ally. Yay.
Halfway through, kind of.
Yeah, they're almost there.
Are they a gender abolitionist? Do they think just everybody is men?
No, but that's totally against Trump because he said everybody's a woman.
Oh my god!
Ah!
Have you ever seen Good Burger?
No, I have seen Bob's Burgers.
One of the characters sings while rollerblading down a long hill towards the Good Burger place. It's like, I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude, we're all dudes. It's so good. I haven't seen that movie since I was a child. Oh my god. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order, please?
I've never
There's
heard
gonna
of
be
that.
3 people in the comments very impressed with me right now. 3,
Just
Jamie.
3. Just 3. So I found this in the Accidental Allies subreddit. And the context is this comment was left under one of my shorts where I'm explaining that transphobia is not the majority view. I don't remember this short. That's definitely me, not the most flattering of pauses, but there we go. And the comment goes, same thing goes for trans people. They're mostly voiding on Twitter. In real life, there are fortunately not many of them. You'd think they're everywhere, but they're mostly on Twitter and in the US. Moral of the story, stay away from Twitter.
In a healthcare sense, when someone throws down the term voiding, typically it's referring to bowels.
Oh, the first thing I thought of is like when I had a flip flow catheter. I swear that's the terminology they used to make sure it is emptying. Anyway, bodily fluids. Just because I'm saying transphobia isn't a majority viewpoint doesn't mean I'm saying that trans people are the majority. Like, it's very well accepted that we are like 0.5% of the population. And I do agree, though, stay away from Twitter. It is a hellhole of transphobia. That are mostly bots. Yeah,
I'm still trying to fight the good fight, Jamie.
Thank you, OT, your sacrifice. I sound really sarcastic, but no.
I got featured on Delusional Takes again, and oh my god, the replies are horrifying. All I did was say that Jesus might be trans one time for the 5th year in a row. And I just said, like, Happy Easter, dude, with a picture of him showing off his top surgery scars. Okay, fairly innocuous, but oh my god, they posted that. And then everybody's like,
This guy should no longer be alive.
ridiculous.
Are you okay?
They're
Are
just
you,
so soft. They're so sensitive. It's
As
ridiculous.
a check-in, are you okay? Are you good? Because that's very mean.
You and I know how long each of us has done this for. We're okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're good, but people are horrible.
From my religious queer-phobic mom, you matter. You are loved with the trans colors. Hell yeah. You are
Let's-
not an accident.
Yeah.
Thank you, pastor guy.
I love it when transphobic, homophobic parents are like, hey, I found this beautiful rainbow thing that I thought you'd like. And they're just totally accidentally affirming their queer kid.
I think a lot of them are just so gosh darn close to admitting that they do support their kids and are slowly like testing the waters, dipping their toes in sometimes. As long as they're not aggressively jumped upon by being like, ha, that's the trans flag. Maybe they could be coaxed over to the I don't know. They're so sensitive, Jamie. Why are boomers so sensitive?
I don't know.
I just want them to toughen up a little bit and be okay with their kids just being not extensions of themselves and not a reflection of themselves, but their wholly own independent persons. For goodness sake, let your kids be their own selves
I totally agree. Yeah.
and be happy.
I think that's a really big thing about it. When we talk about generations and how like, oh, age isn't an excuse, which is not an excuse, but we do see bigotry and stuff more in older generations. There is this expectation of like,
My kids are here to fulfill the dreams I never got to fulfill.
it's like, no, they're here to fulfill their life path, not yours.
A lot of it's the lead paint and the leaded gasoline that was only banned by the late 80s. Do you know how much plastic we consume on a daily basis?
Yeah,
It's
it's
a lot.
Scary.
It's not an insignificant amount. Did you know that plastic has actually submitted through our blood-brain barrier? It has passed that and now lives in our skulls. Do you know how much plastic we have in our skulls, Jamie? It's actually a horrifying amount. Are you ready for this?
No.
At present, you and I, as elderly individuals, we have the equivalent amount of a plastic spoon in our brain. We have a spoon in our brain, Jamie. We're
Oh my
so
God.
cooked. So imagine the plastic fighting with the lead paint in older generations.
Not a chance. Oh my gosh. Transphobes must have a whole cutlery set in their brains. I'm very curious about what this mother typed into the stickers on Instagram to actually get this up, because it's very like LGBT plus coded in the sayings as well as the literal trans flag that she's posted. But I wish her a lovely and speedy path to accepting
Recovery.
Yes, recovery from the plastic cutlery. That's a nice one to end on, I think. Thank you so much for filming with me today. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me on, Jamie. Thank you, Spuds out there. Also, did you know that Jamie released a little Spud? And in the future, you should also keep an eye out for whatever Jamie releases and then buy it because it's cute.
I think the potato is my favorite. He's cute. I like his little sprout hair. Thanks for joining me. Everybody watching, if you like this video, think about giving a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to. And on the screen right now, you can see the names of some of my Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting. If you want to go check that out as well, you can. But again, no pressure. And a shout out to my top tier Patreons. Thank you very much. Night Soul, Sugar Joe, Jill B, Elden K, Nesta, The Third Hatman, Jaden Cricket, Max Makes Mods, River Champagne Mod, Ry Loves Rory, Chloe, Ioana Balash, TNS Mum, Sally Drew, Randy, Albar, Marv Mallow, Rachel Raptor, Jesse Entwistle, and Gosco. Thank you so much. As always, thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next time. Much love. Bye.
Bye, Jamie.